At the Pride Parade, there's always somebody protesting, holding up a sign, talking about how gay people are going to hell, which I don't think is true. But if it is true, there's not a better group of people that can turn that neighborhood around. Okay.
I love this next kid. He's a club favorite. Start clapping hands. He's an up-and-comer. Keep it going for Mr. Adam Nate Levine.
Hey guys, how we doing? Good? Yeah. All right, so it's June, so it is Pride Month. I've been to the Pride Parade before. Thing is, I went with one of my dumb friends, and he asked this question I'm sure you guys have all heard before. Okay, why is there a gay Pride Month, but there's no straight Pride Month? Yeah, right. And I told him, I was like, actually, there is a straight Pride Month. It's just we call it March Madness. And that joke's not fair. I have gay friends that love college basketball, but every commercial for Buffalo Wild Wings, that's for us, okay? That's our thing. In June, every corporation is like, how do we sell as much stuff to gay people as possible? And then BW3's is, we accidentally named a couple of our wing sauces after drag queens, Mango Habanero, Asian Zing, we're not doing that again. Anyways, at the Pride Parade, there's... Not everyone's familiar with all the wing sauces. That's okay. At the Pride Parade, there's always somebody protesting, holding up a sign, talking about how gay people are going to hell, which I don't think is true. But if it is true, there's not a better group of people that can turn that neighborhood around. Okay. Hell is an undesirable place. We all agree on that. But in 5 years, that's the best investment you've made. Fire and Brimstone, that's the hottest drag brunch in town. Okay? You guys have all seen the devil, the red face paint, the horns, the heels, the trident. That's RuPaul Drag Race Season 3 winner. I'm from a state that has a lot of pride. If it wasn't obvious, I'm from Ohio. And people are very proud of being from Ohio, and I never understood growing up because I couldn't see past the corn stalks. And then I realized, I was like, well, you would be proud of your state, too, if your state bordered Indiana, Kentucky, and West Virginia. One of those states invented the KKK, and then the other two were like, God damn it, why didn't we think of that? One thing I know for sure about Ohio is that we lost a lot of good men on January 6th. That we know for sure happened. And a lot of people were surprised when January 6th happened, but not me. I saw it coming from a mile away, okay? Because January 6th was the obvious endpoint to the last 20 years of white people doing CrossFit. All right. I work out, I run, I lift, I play basketball. These people were flipping tires and climbing ropes, okay? What else were they preparing to do? And I remember watching on TV that day, and if they didn't have the little ticker at the bottom that said breaking news, terrorist attack at the Capitol, I would have thought, oh wow, CNN is broadcasting a Tough Mudder. Isn't that interesting? And then liberals chimed in, and they're like, these poor Trump supporters, they've been brainwashed into attacking the Capitol. These people are not poor. CrossFit is very expensive. There is not a single person there with a Planet Fitness membership, okay? We all know what Capitol Hill looks like with all those steps up there. That'll take you years working out at a Planet Fitness, okay? All right, that's a CrossFit thing. And then what was the most famous thing somebody did at January 6th? They pooped on Nancy Pelosi's desk, okay? Do you understand how good a shape you have to be in to poop on command? That is a CrossFit body, okay? If you're a member at Planet Fitness and you need to poop immediately, you go to Taco Bell and then you do one jumping jack. Anyway, so Midwest, a lot of conservative politics. One thing they don't, I hope I didn't ruin anyone's appetite. They don't like illegal immigrants crossing the border, coming over to take their jobs. Thing is, Midwest, 1,500 miles from the Texas border. If you're in the Midwest and you lose your job to an illegal immigrant, you should get deported. And then they'll complain, they'll be like, it's not about what you know anymore, it's about who you know. And I'm like, yeah, they don't know anyone. They're this feet tall and they don't speak English, you screwed up in the job interview. And then Fox News will have the audacity to, have the mugshot of some 4'2" Latina woman that they're calling like, a murderer and a drug dealer and all that. And I kind of look at her and I'm kind of like, you put some makeup on her, she could probably make a killing selling Girl Scout cookies. But anyways, this country, there's so much focus on like STEM, education, engineering, all that. You know who I would rather hire than somebody that finished first in their class at like MIT? The kids building the boats going from Cuba to Miami. Okay? They have real world experience, project-based learning, and they can work in a group. Way more valuable than an American degree. Okay. Got to wrap it up. We'll do something light. So lots changed in my life. One of the things that changed is dogs. When I was growing up, it was very simple. You had the dog, you had the tennis ball, you had the leash. If you were white, your dog had a Halloween costume. If you were black, your dog wasn't neutered. These are the things we all knew. Okay, look, anytime I see dogs' balls, I'm like, all right, this neighborhood is not gentrified yet, all right? If you're a real estate investor and you see a dog's callous nutsack dragging through the concrete sidewalk, the vegan bakery is not ready yet. All right? And if you see a pit bull dragging a tiny blonde woman through the street, get the Pilates studio ready, okay? All right, thank you guys very much. I've been Adam Nate Levine. Give it up for Jess Levitt.